Hey guys, and welcome to my first ever PC building video. Really always have been wanting to build a computer of my own, and I have not so far. And so this is my chance right now to build myself a computer, both for two things. One, content creation is very important to me, mostly video editing, but also some graphic design, as well as some Photoshop, which is graphic design, some photo editing, and things like that. Also, the second reason I want this computer is for gaming. So that's kind of a secondary things, but mainly it's content creation, secondary gaming. Those are the main purposes I'm going to be using this computer for, and it's why I picked these particular parts. I've built a few computers before. I've helped my brother build two computers. But moving on, I want to introduce you to all the parts and why I chose them. So first up, I'm going to start with the biggest part, which is the case. The case was actually inspired by my brother's build. He moved his current computer into a new case, which is the NZXT H510, and at the price point of $62, I believe I got it at. It's really not a bad deal for what you get, and really nice looking case with the tempered glass, with everything you need and nothing you don't. So that's what I like about that. That is our case. Moving on to the heart or the brain of the beast, and it's kind of confusing to put a human part to a computer part, but moving on to the CPU is the AMD Ryzen 5 3600. So I went with this processor because it's super good value and it's very well reviewed. 6 cores, 3.6 gigahertz. I mean, I'm definitely gonna overclock it at some point, maybe not in the beginning, because I will be running this stock cooler, which is the next thing I will mention. I'm not running an aftermarket cooler at the moment. That is definitely the next thing on my list to upgrade. One of the next biggest parts is the motherboard. Now here I went with the latest gen X570 from MSI. This is the MPG X570 Gaming Plus motherboard, and the benefit here is that it actually enables you to access PCIe 4.0, which is just basically faster storage read and write speed. So that's basically what it entails. And guys, I actually went a step further into customizing my PC build by actually spray painting some of the heat shields on the motherboard. So I went ahead and painted these heat shields white to match the rest of the build because nothing else on the board was white. We had black, we had red, which is cool, and I did like that, but we had no white. So what I decided to do was use Plastidip, which is very easy and is removable, to actually spray paint the thermal heat shields, and I think that's gonna make it look much better. The next biggest piece let's talk about is the video card. So for this guy, I went with the GeForce GTX 1660 Super from Gigabyte, and this is the WindForce Overclocked Edition that comes factory overclocked, which is really cool. So it's a bit faster than some of the other manufacturers. I actually went ahead and Plastidip the backplate to the graphics card as well to give it a more customized feel, and again to add some more white aspects into this build. Moving on, we're going to the RAM, which is the Trident Z Neo from G.Skill. Now this RAM is specially optimized for AMD Ryzen. So I have 16 gigabytes here of the DDR4 3600 megahertz memory here, and I opted for the little bit faster memory. I'm trying to get the maximum. RAM is very important for video editing, especially. Next up, let's move on to storage, which is going to be two things. To hold the operating system and software, we're gonna rely on Sabrent's Rocket NVMe 4.0 M2 SSD. That is long, that is crazy, but anyways, it is going to allow us to take advantage of the capability of the X570 board, right? I said the X570 can do the PCIe Gen 4, which means faster read and write speeds, but if you don't get a drive that can support that, it means nothing, right? This drive does support it. It is PCIe 4.0 compliant, and it will actually access speeds of up to 5,000 gigabytes a second. It's blazing fast. I just can't wait to see how fast it boots up. So up next is the Seagate Ironwolf NAS 3TB drive. It's not pictured here, guys, because it comes in a boring old box. This is going to be mainly for footage and keeping the bulk of things, because footage adds up very quickly, guys, let me tell you. My brother was not happy about his last computer that I used as an editing computer as well. It's also his gaming computer. He was not happy about how many gigabytes of video I would place onto the drive, but I had no choice. It's just, it is what it is. And last but not least, guys, the power supply, which gives life to the computer, is the Rosewill Capstone 650 watt power supply. Now, Rosewill is Newegg's in-house company. It had very good reviews, and power supplies were definitely in shortage at the time of this recording because of COVID-19. So that's gonna be it, guys. That's it. So I'm super excited to be wrapping this part up, because this means I can go and start building. Let's build this computer, and I can't wait to get it up and running. First thing we'll open is the motherboard. So guys, these are the two parts that I plasti dipped, 1 and 2. Those did not come white originally, and the only white was on the MSI logo, and that's pretty much it. So, but I think it looks really good, especially obviously the further you are, the better it looks, but honestly, you're not gonna be 2 inches away from the computer, and it does not look bad at all. Next part will be the graphics card, because it's the next most exciting part. This is how it comes. Okay, so this is the card. Very, very nice. Gigabyte WindForce Overclock edition of the 1660 Super. Looks nice. Black with some silver accents here. You do have a Gigabyte logo that is not LED, which I saw they had on one model, which I was kind of upset when it didn't have, but it's fine. Anyways, this is what I spray painted the back plate. So all white, and I left this portion black because I like the Gigabyte, and I didn't think it look too great just all white. So I really like the look, and it's not, again, perfect, but it's mine and I did it. So there's that. Guys, the processor I'm not really going to take out until we're actually putting it in, because that really makes no sense. I mean, I guess I could take it. Hold on, let me see what this entails here. Cooler takes up most of the packaging. And here's the processor. Wow, beautiful. Ryzen, AMD Ryzen 5. Oh, she's in focus, 3600. And then the Wraith cooler that I'm going to be using, the stock cooler, which is actually pretty good. It's not bad. So anyways, there's that. CPU cooler are out. Next most exciting part is the Trident Z Neo RAM. Let's see this baby. Pop this sucker open. There we go. Woo! Sleek as hell, man. Wow. So that's classy, and that's going aside. Next up in the lineup is the Sabrent Rocket NVMe 4.0. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, let's go. And that. Oh. Woo! In a nice gold packaging. NVMe. Unlock the speed with this. Woo! Sabrent Rocket 4.0. Beautiful. Goddamn. Last but not least, the power supply. Okay. Oh, very nice. Nice and sleek. Nothing major. A label there. Rosewill. So, I need to unscrew these guys. Or you could just leave them in like this. It comes out. So, let's transfer this. Boom. That's one stick. Oh, the static paper is conductive. Oh, that's a sin. That's a sin. Computer sin. I am going to put this on top of this box. We are in. So RAM is connected. Here we go in. Boom. I can screw that down. There we go. You have no wires, nothing. Such a beautiful thing. I love technology. There's the Ryzen 5. Beautiful as it is. Let's pop her in. Oh, boom. She sat in perfectly. We go down all the way and secure that. And there we go. Our processor is installed just like that. Check, CPU cooler installed. Fantastic. Okay, time to set the motherboard in. Okay. Boom, go to the corner. Boom, I think we caught it. Oh yes, perfect. Perfect. Boom. So we're going to plug this guy in. If it does turn on, that's a good thing. Not so good. Switch on, switch on. Okay, the important part is when we hit this button, anything happens. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh! Something's happening! Many things are happening. Oh, look at that! Oh my God, they lit up! Look at the RAM! Look at the RAM! Ooh, so pretty. Okay. Yeah, the first light on the Easy Debug is on. I think that's just, it says boot, so I think it's just saying that it can't fully boot. Everything looks good though. Even these fans are running. I know you can't see them, but these fans on the GPU are running. So anyways, looks like we have life. I'm glad it powered up. So that's it, guys. The computer is built. I am super excited. I love the way the PC came out. I think the white components that I painted really did add a lot. This and this would not be white without it, and neither would that. So it would be lacking a lot of symmetry between the case and the motherboard and everything inside. But I think we did a fantastic job here. Man, I can't wait to boot this guy out. I'm not gonna show that process, that's a whole nother thing. And now I have this custom PC that I get to call my own, and I get to really see how it performs. And thank you guys for tuning in to this PC build video. I love it, I cannot wait to get it booted out. And this is my baby right here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later.